It's 11:01 p.m. in the original home of Fantasy Flight Games, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the Rookie Channel back on the air, finally. And we've got a big match tonight. This is a match from the X-Wing Team Championship. This match between Team USA and Carson Ray with one of the substitute players from Team Australia. It's Craig Walker, who's going to be flying the list of Michael Turner in this. And we'll talk about that list. It's Django and Zam. We've seen a lot of Django and Zam, but this list is a little different than some of the others, in my opinion. This is international play. And so before we get on with anything else, we do want to take a moment and begin with the national anthems. And we're going to start with Carson Ray of Team USA.
If you work in a team, you should be using Monday.com. It's a platform to manage any team and
Next up, for Craig Walker, we're going to have the national anthem of Australia. We almost heard it again. But we are ready now. We're ready to play this game. And we're going to welcome in, at this point, our commentator for the night, also from out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is the venerated Andy Myers. And Andy, you have been talking, I think Team Australia, it hasn't been the best XTC for them, but I heard, we talked today, I know you've been talking to Octor, been talking to other members of the team. What should we expect tonight in this match? What are they telling you?
Yeah, Craig, well, thank you so much, Rookie One, for having me back on your channel. It's always an honor. And I did have to quickly Google what the word venerated means, and I appreciate that you used that word for me. It's very generous of you. I've been chatting with my buddies Octor and Nabi over the course of XTC, and Craig stepping in is going to do a great job. He, from Octor's words, has done a ton in the background for their community and for the XTC team, and I'm sure that also includes a lot of practice games with everybody. So even though this is a slightly different Django ZAM build than a lot of the ones that we're used to seeing in the XTC, I'm sure Craig has a good handle on all the tools available to him and is going to give Carson a real run for his money. Craig is highly respected amongst the Australians, and Octor and Nabi have faith in him and his abilities. So I'm really just, even if you hadn't asked me to commentate, I was going to stay up and watch this game. It's 11 o'clock here for us in Minneapolis, and it's 10 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time for where Carson is. And I'm assuming it's early afternoon in Australia, something like that, right? So yeah, we're going to have a great game of X-Wing here between two top players.
Thanks for that follow. The one tool that I wanted to talk about first in particular, Django Fett, it's actually a tool Craig himself said he wasn't convinced. You know, this is, of course, not a list that he built for himself, but Season Navigator on Django Fett. Of course, there's a ruling even out there from D on the AMG forums now about this and other abilities that would talk about the revealed maneuver and Season Navigator, because the text of Season Navigator, when you do look at it, and we'll throw it up on the screen there. So Season Navigator actually says, of course, that you do set your dial, right? And so in that setting of the dial, that actually updates your revealed maneuver so that it does change. So in this case, if he were to put in a blue maneuver and then with seasoned, goes to a white maneuver, the revealed maneuver for the purposes of that Django ability is actually then going to be that white maneuver, not the original blue. So it doesn't have the full synergy with Django. And I'll take a look and see. Yes, we do have Carson is going to be moving first, though. So you're going to have Django moving last, though. And Season Navigator on a Django that moves last does seem like it could be pretty powerful. What do you make? What do you think we're going to see with Season Navigator in this game, Andy?
Yeah, Season Navigator, of course, the final sentence of that card, while you execute that maneuver, increase its difficulty, does not take away from the Django ability. So kind of like you said, if let's say you revealed a 1 forward, which is blue, and you want to change it to a 1 hard, which is white, now for the purposes of Django, it's going to be a white maneuver, even though you execute it as a red maneuver. Because you increase its difficulty with Season Navigator. So, yeah, lots to keep in mind there, and we may need a moment or two after as they're about to roll their dice, to just double check everybody's dials. But yeah, I think repeat the question you originally asked me one more time, because I got too distracted by that last clause.
Well, so talking about the rules, I think is part of it, but how big a factor do you think it's going to be because Django is moving last even after Poe here?
Right. Thank you. Yeah, I think if for the most part you kind of know where Rose and Jess are going to go. Lulu's just in the hands of the phenomenal Carson Ray, as his fellow Radio TCX hosts would call him the Tiger Shark of Estes Park, and he's gonna be flying some circles around these fire sprays with that Lulo. But with Season Navigator going after Lulo, that means Craig doesn't really care where Lulo goes, because he can just change his dial to accommodate. And same thing with moving after Poe. I think my guess is Poe will be hanging out, at least right now, with Jess and Rose based on the setup, to kind of give both Jess and Rose a little bit more synergy. and Zam, and that's because Zam is set up right across. I would be surprised if both players just honorably jousted, but that's probably a good move for Carson if he does get to joust with Zam. But Zam's got those thermal detonators, so you don't want him turning away, and then all of a sudden 3 of your resistance ships get double bombed. So yeah, we're gonna see some fancy flying, and Season Navigator, I can almost guarantee you will be used at least once in this game to some good effect. Whether it will be a meaningful effect in the grand scheme of the game, I don't know. But I'm sure we'll see it.
All right. Dials have been being set, watching for the timer. Wasn't surprised either to see Poe deploying with friends. I mean, I was thinking about how this would go. You know, if Poe was to go out on his own, it feels like, you know, again, with the ability to change the dial, especially, you run the risk of just being stalked right down by that fire spray, a ship that can be, you know, in many ways just as fast as you can with that X-wing. So I wonder a little bit here, you know, even with these named pilots, how much that block of the list is going to fly, almost as if those were 2, you know, Blue Squadron rookies with Rose, at least at the start of the game here.
Yeah, and this is a very stripped down Poe. So you don't see the tail slide, you don't see the overdrive. It's just Poe Dameron with heroic and R4 astromech, which frankly, phenomenal ship, right? Like, toss that 1 point upgrade on there with heroic, toss the 2 points for changing those 2 hards to blue. It's so good on Poe. So depending on where Zam lands, Poe could have target lock focus multiple turns in a row, might not even need to reposition. And then Lulu, of course, setting up on the opposite side because of her or of their lone wolf status. Kind of barrel roll and just kind of see where Django goes. Lulu does have the opportunity to turn back down the board if he wants to maintain that distance. But yep, there goes Zam. No honorable joust here, but again, nobody really expected that. So, and we see the elusive Radio TCX Twitch handle. Go Karshun Prey. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you for clarifying. We had a lot of fun the other day. I got to work with Tim and John on having a little poke at Carson on our ASMR thing, and so it was a lot of fun to hear them do some whispering, which was very bizarre, and I appreciate their humor in doing that. So
I think you did a whisper video recently with all of the XTC team rosters, isn't that right?
That is correct, including Craig Walker and all of the Aussie team members. And if they want to go check that out, they're towards the beginning of the video because it's in alphabetical order. But yeah, we did. I had so you've probably listened to the Fly Better podcast a few times, Rookie, and as you have probably heard Ryan Farmer struggle through some foreign names, and then everybody in the community just rips on him undeservedly. He's trying his best. He's doing a great job. And so I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun since people give him a hard time about that? Why don't we just have him read every name? So I hired Ryan to read all of the XTC names, and I think it took him about 45 minutes to get through that whole list. He was a good sport about it, and really did a great job, including getting to the Polish names. And I think when he got to Team Poland, you could hear him go, "Oh boy, this is gonna be rough." And then I read all of the lists. So if you're wondering who's flying what, you can check that out. But or you can just go to thextc.space and you'll be able to find all of the lists there as well. That would be the website, the official XTC website, the xtc.space. And that also has all the list of all the streams. Of course, we're in our final week, seventh week of the group play. And so this is the week that decides the top 2 teams per group that get to go to the final, which I believe is the weekend of the end of August. Last weekend in August. It'll be a Saturday, Sunday marathon, and all the top teams will play each other in a round robin fashion. And I'm really excited for that weekend. It's going to be a lot of great games, and everybody who has a Twitch channel is probably going to be jumping on to at least one of those games. So clear your schedule, Rookie.
Yeah, daytime is tougher. But
they'll be going at night, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, if they're going at night, we'll have a chance to get in there. And speaking of good sounds, let's have another one right here. That is the sound of one of our stream stickers. If you are hovering over in a browser, and I think even on some mobile devices, you can enjoy and interact with the stream a little bit with the stream sticker. Most of those do have a little bit of a cost in bits, but as you fish around, you will see that we have, as always, a couple that are free, including the hype horn. Thank you for that follow. We've got, in particular, a couple of custom-made stickers. We've got the American Eagle and the Aussie Kangaroo on the stream stickers tonight, accompanying with some sounds that I won't spoil. So feel free. I think we've got those at 100 bits. If you so choose, you can slap those onto the stream at any time. And yeah, Poe almost got Zam. Poe boosting right in there, trying to get the shot. Just missed it. But we are seeing the target lock hit. And this is no false transponder codes on this Zam. So that target lock from Jess is going to stick.
Yeah, that's an interesting... I mean, a lot of times you don't see Jess take a target lock because she usually has buddies and has that one-time reroll. She also has the BB astromech to allow her to either perform a barrel roll before she executes a blue maneuver. So you can spend a charge for that, or she can use those charges, those 2 charges on that droid for extra rerolls for her ability. And that paired with Rose. Rose is going to be bringing up the rear here in a minute, and Rose gets to re-roll attack dice based on how many of her buddies are in the attack arc. So, yeah, I think this is probably a safe time to take a lock with Jess, because she's probably not getting shot at this turn. Doesn't look like it. And it's a good turn into the middle of the board because you don't want to be chasing a thermal detonator fire spray for very long. So cutting into the middle of the board limits the amount of bomb potential damage that Zam could do. And it also allows her to start leaning towards maybe going after Django. I think this type of list, you don't really want to get double tapped by Zam, but you got to get some points. I would be surprised if this game didn't go all the way to time, because both of these lists can be fairly cagey. But yeah, and I think most of the time Carson's games go to time. Not sure about Craig's, but Django Zam, unless they can actually finish off a full list, their goal is usually to get enough points and to bank enough points, save enough points so that they come out on top. It takes a lot of damage to get those fire sprays down to half points. So here comes our first real roll of the game. Poe Dameron.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay, Carson. Collins from Fort Collins rolls hit, crit, and Zam is going to spend the force to change the one eyeball to an evade, takes 2 shields on Zam, reveals the card, which was You Should Thank Me. After you defend, you can acquire a lock on the attacker. So no bonus attack for this round.
We'll get the charge back, though, so it should be up to 3 charges now, in addition to that free lock.
Yep. So this should be Django. Gonna re-roll the 1 with the target lock. Oh, hit, crit onto Lulo. Lulo is not stressed, so we should see 4 dice here for the range bonus, and is gonna take a shield. Oh, nope, my mistake. Has Lone Wolf available. Got the focus result. It's gonna spend it. No damage. All right. So next up we have Lulo attacking range 3 at Django. No mods on either side for this one. 1 hit. Whoa, that's a lot of blanks.
Oh.
And 1 shield goes into Django. So great set of engagements here for Carson so far. Let's see if Poe gets punished, but Poe still has a focus token sitting out there. So
He does.
that's going to be a re-roll with the target lock and spends the focus for hit crit. Man, lots of good red dice here. Only rolled 2 dice. Here comes the 3rd die. It's going to take at least 1 damage. Gets the evade, so 1 shield onto Poe. Jess maybe has a shot? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No. But she's got that lock for later.
Yeah, I liked that play. Right, it'll come in handy soon enough to have that.
Yeah, because Carson could be bold and do like a 3 bank with Jess, and then follow up with Poe, so Jess has a buddy. But you still want to keep Jess around with Rose. They're kind of a pair. It's hard to spread those 2 out unless you absolutely need to.
Yeah, I imagine they're gonna stay together just to make sure Rose is getting that benefit of having the ship in the attack arc. I would expect them to look a lot like that for at least the first half of this game.
And Rose does have C-3PO, so she can coordinate. The ability of Beyond Range 2 currently doesn't apply, but you do get the calculate token when you perform that red coordinate action. So it's a nice little extra mod when you need to. I'm kind of hoping we see a jam from Rose. I doubt it'll happen, but wouldn't that be nice if she got into range 1 or got a bullseye range 2, just jammed away either focus or whatever token they were going to take at the time.
Yeah, over under on that is like half, right? I mean, maybe we're gonna see 1, at most. I gotta make another comment too. It's gonna be, I don't know how the streamers have done these engagement phases with the 90-second delay. People are reacting to the dice rolls. We're 90 seconds down the road. That's gonna be rough, but we'll do our best. All right, checking at what dials are left. And Rose, he said it a couple times. We're waiting on Poe. Everybody set except for Poe. I'm kind of thinking...
Yeah, Poe's I think he's probably out if he goes straight from those bombs. Or he's at least got the wings closed so he could do the barrel roll option. Oh, I'm sorry. He has the wings. What are you showing? Wings open? Wings open. Excuse me. My mistake. But he could close them. That's certainly an option.
he could. You know Carson's play style better than I do. I mean, when I look at where these X-Wings are at, I wonder if they might go slow for another round here to try to set something up for the next turn, but nope.
All right. So, yeah, if he thought that Zam was going to be doing kind of a deep bank maneuver, I mean, it's really going to be, if Zam did a 1 hard, that wouldn't make any sense. So we kind of know Zam is going around this big asteroid. So I think this is just a great way for Jess to kind of get in front of it. She's probably not going to be taking any shots this turn. So you do see a bit of a separation between Rose and Jess this turn. That's, I think, a great play from Carson because it's unexpected. Lulo turning away, gonna eventually dive in to help support Rose. But this way kind of cuts off the angle from Django a little bit. Carson's deciding about that focus rotate or boost rotate. You can only rotate for the second action, and then that means Lulo's green dice go down by 1. So he is gonna decide to focus rotate. So he'll have 3 attack dice, 2 green dice. We'll see where Django ends up. Of course, Django has Season Navigator, so we really don't know. He could have seen that and go, oh, I didn't expect that. I guess I'll do a 1 hard to the right and hopefully not land on that rock. 4K with Zam. Craig, nice play. Unexpected on my end. I did not see that coming. But that's great because next turn Craig's got maybe Poe. Definitely possible to get Rose in. I think that's a great play from Craig. Good job, buddy.
A couple
because he's
of
out of arcs. I mean, he's not getting shot. So, yeah, just take some time, turn around.
Yeah, waiting to see how Poe is going to finish up here.
Yep,
they're too far
so
apart.
He did the 3 forward.
Yeah,
so that should have cleared his stress. See a lot of hand movement over on Craig's side. Wondering what they're chatting about. All right, so Poe is checking for lock. Does not have range. But that's okay. No false transponder codes over on Django either. How many points do you think they're going to bump that up to once they figure it out?
More
3?
than
I'm calling 3. I'm going 3.
That's a really good guess. Yeah, I'm just going to agree with you.
Okay. I mean, maybe they'll
It could be 2. It could be 2.
It could be 2. They'll test it a little bit, but I wouldn't be disappointed if it went up to 3 points. Lulo getting 2 hits. And that's a blank focus and 2 shields on Django. Wow. Carson's unusual turn away from, well, I don't know if that was really unusual. I think the turn away makes sense. It's just you don't have Lone Wolf if he was actively choosing to get rid of Lone Wolf. But it's nice because Lulo is in no way getting bombed next turn. Really none of Carson's ships are in danger of getting bombed. No shot from Django. Maybe Jess can reach. I doubt it, but maybe. Nope, they're just flipping dials, going back to it.
They are. I wonder what Craig thought Lulo was going to do there to put in the 4 straight, and then going for the boost. Just set up. You take and hope that Lulo can't do as much. To set up your turn in for the next round. Lulo taking 2 more shields off. Both these sprays have been nicked at this point already.
Yeah, Carson's in a great spot to get some points early. It's just you might see a turn in on Zam and try and get all 4 of Carson's ships pointing at Zam. But then you've got Django just bringing up the rear. I wouldn't be surprised if Django just turns in and chooses his target, and then he'll have a couple turns in a row of being behind Carson's ships if Carson does decide to turn at Zam. So, can you burn down Zam quick enough to make that worth it? And if so, do you think you'll be able to recover? 1 fire spray versus 3 of Carson's ships, that's a pretty good safe bet for Carson. But if it's 1 pretty full health fire spray versus 2 of Carson's ships, then it becomes a little bit more dicey, because then you got to do a lot of math, and I don't really want to do a lot of math right now. It's 11 o'clock at night, so
we're gonna end up doing math in this game, I'm pretty sure, but we'll see what happens. All right, all dials have been set by all players. So Roche,
and can you just remind myself and also the chat? I'm sure if you're in the chat, you have heard this by now, but we're on the XTC delay. Rookie One, you're the man in charge. You want to kind of talk about that just a little bit, so people know what's going on?
Well, yeah, I think you just mentioned it. We are on a 90-second stream delay. So if you are chatting with us, just remember that we are 90 seconds in front of you, and so we will see your chats, but we'll catch up with them a minute and a half behind.
Yes, so effectively, chat hears me rambling or you saying something concise and pointed, and then 90 seconds later, we see what they wrote in the chat, and then we can respond to it, and 90 seconds after that, they hear our response. So effectively, we're on like a 3-minute delay from communicating with the chat. So good to see you in the chat, Kansas Jones. Good to see you, buddy. And I was just thinking about our Las Vegas trip the other day. So let's see. And Scooter's in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for joining. And we got a couple Aussies. Hello. If you're cheering for Craig, please join in. Even though both Dan and I are sitting here in Minnesota rooting for USA, and our buddy Carson, I'm a big Team Australia fan. Made a bunch of buddies at the 2019 Worlds, and have been keeping in touch. And so got a lot of love for Team Australia. So just a casual one forward from Zam, and has kind of the choice of who he wants to shoot at. Could see the red reinforce here, or just takes focus. There it is.
Oh, he was hovering over it. There it is.
Yep,
there it is.
The red reinforce wants to keep at least some damage mitigation coming in, because you do have the Count Dooku, so you've got 1 force option, whether that's calling an evade or using it as a focus to a result. But that's that Jess turn from Carson. Man, you got to be real confident that was going to fit, and sure enough, it did.
Yep, and just as you called it, it was all in on Zam. They're going to give up the rear to Django, but even with the reinforce,
close the wings, so we may see a barrel roll, but I don't know if that fits. Nope, he's just boosting it. Okay. He says, whatever, let's do this, let's trade. So even though the wings are closed, he's got bullseye, so he'll have all of the red dice, and he's got a focus token as well, possibly for defense. But that means that Jess she could use her target lock, but frankly, she's got all of her buddies at range 1. Maybe not Rose, but two or three rerolls from Jess with a focus. Lulo has a stress, so Lulo will be rolling 3 dice. Rose has the calculate, so we'll be rolling 2 dice, but can re-roll both of them because she's got buddies in arc. So yeah, good reinforce. Good time to see that reinforce from Zam.
Oh.
You couldn't really boost out of anything, and yeah, you're going to be taking some damage here. But let's see if Django can punish that.
Should be able to.
Carson's still thinking about it. Oh, here comes the barrel. All right.
Wow.
I don't know why they're putting an actual template down. That's a little unusual. And they've paused the timer. So they're really questioning why this does not fit. So give us a moment, chat.
I didn't see that they even tried it, right? Because I didn't see the fail in the chat log.
Correct. Yeah, I didn't see it either. I do see that in the chat log, Poe Dameron closed their wings.
Right.
See the bank left maneuver and then the boost straight, but so it could be something with the TTS mod. We'll see.
Yeah. You want to go and check on him?
Sure. See, I'll just text our buddy Carson, see what's going on. I mean, if that barrel roll does fit, excellent job from Carson. But yeah, I don't even know which if they're even in a public voice channel right now. So
I'm sure they are. Yeah, they're probably on the Kyber server. Let me take a look.
Okay.
Or sorry, the XTC server. Wrong tournament.
Yeah, I looked in the. Carson's dial doesn't have the barrel roll button.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a little strange.
Should be.
All right, I'm gonna text him. Why did he not choose a dial with a barrel? But just to be cheeky. But yeah, that's a very strange situation.
Is he gonna try to spawn a new one? Let me go and find.
Okay.
Oh, I could probably try doing that. Okay, let me try spawning in a dial. So it's like his foils are closed. That's not doing it. What is that text? Okay, so BR. Oh wait. Does that do anything if I do it there? Where would I put that in? How would I do that? You should have a stress.
All right. So Django's in there. All right.
Okay.
This is where Zan gets hurt.
And Django boosted. Okay.
Focus. Welcome back.
Thank you. I jumped in the room. I had to help him with the text commands. We had to do it the very old-fashioned way. Oh, no. all that for
one hit.
Oh, boy.
No target lock from Poe Dameron. So, gonna make sure if he's gonna spend that focus. And one evade.
well.
But I'm glad that it worked out, because now we'll see how Poe can get out of this without getting bombed. Here comes the roll from Django. It's one hit, and that is going into... Well, doesn't matter, because two evades. I'll try and keep an eye on who's tabbing whom. All right, so here's Lulo, range 3. It'll be 3 dice versus 3 dice. Lulu does not have a mod, gets 2 crits, does not have Lone Wolf available, and that'll be 1 crit going through onto the shield, because Reinforce doesn't cancel out that. Unless he used Dooku to call an evade, but in which case he would have gotten an evade anyways. That's strange. Did I miss something?
We must have.
But I don't want to dive into their stuff because I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, that's right. There are rules, right? So we can intervene to tell him the TTS commands, but...
Okay. Well, 1 crit onto Rose. Rose has 3 dice and has no rerolls, actually. So we'll spend her calculate. Potentially.
I would think
So the way Rose works, it's in the attack arc. So since nobody else is in Zam's attack arc, she doesn't get any rerolls. So, but she does get some rerolls on offense, which we're about to see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how Dooku works. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, the way Dooku works is that you are, before either player would roll dice, you would name a result, and then if that result's not in the roll, then you can make a change to that result.
Right. So since he did roll an evade, that should just be the 1 evade, and the Reinforce does not cancel that. So, but we're moving on. Hit, crit, and 1 evade with the 1 Reinforce should be the 1 shield. Welcome everybody from Nickel City. Nickel City just got done streaming a USA versus Captain USA, Marcel, versus somebody from the Team Australia. How did that game end up? It was looking pretty close with Marcel's regen stuff. All right, so that should do it for all of the shots. So after all that, Zam took 1 damage. Yep. 4 shots in, took 1 damage. Maybe should have taken 2 damage, but we're moving on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of why a die was added there. I don't follow, but they got to call the team captains if there was a concern about that. The streamers aren't meant to get involved in that, but we did help him now. With Carson forever now knows the TTS commands for barrel roll in case he doesn't have the button available. So we're sorry for that delay.
Oh, I see in the chat, and I know that they're going to hear this like 3 minutes late, but they only rolled 2 dice, but it was range 3, so he rolled another. I must not have seen that third die roll.
Okay, so making up for another mistake. No problem.
Oh, yep, there it is. I'm looking in the chat right now. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you sticking with us.
I'm going to fix the timer here to get back in sync with them after that pause. Yeah, for some reason, the dials he's spawning, even when he closes the wings, he's not getting a barrel roll action, so he will have to remember those text commands any additional times he's going to want to do that. RR is a roll to the right. RL is a roll to the left. 1 forward, 2 middle, 3 back. So everybody got a little bit of a TTS. That's your free TTS tutorial. You don't get that just on any stream. Get that right here. All right, our timer's looking good again. Still no score in this game, but these sprays, each giving up 3 shields. Django would have liked to have done a little bit more. I'm gonna ask them to just clear out that dice tray.
Didn't take any damage in return, so I think for the time being, Carson's feeling fine about that because it's just. They don't have any hull upgrades, so it's just you got to get 1 card on these things. So both fire sprays are 2 hits away from taking half damage. Oh, welcome quite a few people. Thanks for joining us. I see Will Hagwood, Mega Silver. Thank you guys for joining us and for the update. We're on 2-0 for USA against Australia because Marcel must have won his game. He halved fair off and then regen back to full health and then halved an aggressor. So great job, Marcel. Congratulations. Oh, apparently our stream is hiccuping a little bit. Anything that you might know about that, Dan?
I don't see anything, so hopefully that's just Tommy there.
Okay.
But I'll keep an eye on it. But no frames are dropping that I can see.
All right, so Lulo turns away and gets that focus and rotates, is out of Zam's arc. Jess with the block, nice maneuver. Poe is getting out of dodge, didn't want to take any bomb damage, and Rose is squaring off against Zam. So let's hope Rose lives to take that shot. She's right in front of that Dooku Zam.
Right in front of Django too, and Django's going to have his ability online.
Django's going to have that. Yep.
Or is he? Did Rose do a blue also?
Rose did a blue. So
all right, so nope.
No Django ability. That ability is pretty sneaky, especially with the pod does not have a great dial. All right, 2 hits and an eye gets the re-roll into another hit, so 3 hits On to Rose. Looks like Rose will have one green die reroll.
Here it comes. Thanks for those follows.
So 2 on to Rose. That's going to be half points into Rose.
Yeah, points on the board, 15-0. She's so cheap. She's so cheap. Such a good piece. And you get her to half points, and you look and you say, what did I get for that? It's like 15.
15.
You got about one autopilot drone's worth. This is like...
Here comes Lulu. Is gonna spend it. Probably does not have Lone Wolf online. Is not getting shot. So I would assume the spend here for a hit crit. But
yep, there it is.
There it goes. And double blanks.
Ooh.
No heroic. So that'll be a crit onto Zam. So some points on the board for Carson. And the crit is weapons failure.
Weapons.
Rose is living good here with weapons failure. That's huge. Okay. Wow. And the card is You'd Better Mean Business. So, yikes! If Rose shoots,
Yeah,
she might get shot back. So
yeah. Rose may decline. We'll see. Weapons failure.
So 1 hit and 1 crit onto Rose. It's got 1 other ship in the friendly arc, so it can reroll the 1 die.
Oh,
Gets the evade.
easy. Thanks for that follow, Marcel. We've had Marcel on the stream before. That was back. What was that? That was a Kyber event, I think. Maybe the Elimination League. It was a while ago.
Ooh, Carson's gonna take it. All right. He saw that weapons failure and thought, yeah, I got this. I'm Rose Tico.
Ooh.
And hit, crit. Double eyeballs. That's all going. Well, he could do coup. No, he's already spent it. Okay. So hit, and crit will be hull breach. Well, you've only got 2 hull left, but you know that 1 damage might be a direct hit. So we should see the double tap from Zam here.
I would think so.
And it's 2 hits.
Charge
Somehow
it.
Carson still has both calculate tokens. Gets 1 reroll.
If this is an evade. Ooh.
And
or any pain. He's got those calculates sitting there. No fear.
Well, it's Rose, of course, right?
Of course. True that.
Bravest character of the sequel trilogy, basically, right?
Just want to say
Maybe not.
she chose a lot of violence for, someone who would rather save what she loves. That's what I saw. I saw a lot of trying to destroy what she hates.
I think the scene for this particular engagement that we just saw was her using a stun gun on somebody. Oh, I see that you bumped into Jess. You thought you might get away. Well, no, here's a stun gun. Hit, crit into Zane.
Yeah. I love this delay. The chat just reacting now to the action between.
We should just always have a delay, just for fun, just for our own amusement.
Yeah, that's it. You win a prize if you figure out how long the delay is based on the interaction. It'll be a kind of social experiment. Speaking of social experiments, I wanted to take this moment. We've got all these viewers who came in from Nickel City, and what they really want to know about is the history of Australia-USA relations. I found a little nugget here I wanted to share. There was a poll, Andy, in the year 2020. YouGov took a poll on most positively viewed foreign countries by Americans. All right. Now,
Yep, with you.
the number one country that Americans rated was, of course, ourselves. We got 78% favorable. No one would expect anything else, I suppose. Australia, though, came in number 2. We are in this survey, it's Americans' most favored country outside ourselves. Australia coming out just ahead of the next 4, the top 5, right outside of ourselves. Australia, 75% favorable. Canada, 74. Ireland, 70. United Kingdom, 68. And then that's tied with Italy, also at 68. But there you go. Americans love Australia.
White people. Oh, Australia. Yes. That's what I said. I thought you were going in a different direction, but yes. All right. Fair enough. That's a fascinating poll. Where did you find that?
That is from YouGov survey.
YouGov. All right.
Well,
Australia, a beautiful country. I'm hoping to get out there one day in the next decade. Would be lovely. I have a friend of mine from college who spent a few years living in Sydney, and I chat with him occasionally, and just beautiful place to live or to visit. And now I've got some buddies down in Australia. I see Nobby's in the chat. Welcome. Tough loss for you guys on the Nickel City stream. I heard you chatting away with Greg there. It's good to see you here. And yes, Zam is getting hammered. Just she basically took no damage the previous turn when she had 4 guns on her, but this time only had 2 guns on her and took 5 damage, which is crazy. So here's the Talon roll from Jess. Carson's gonna try and capitalize on this hull breach, and Lulo is doing the one forward, not going to be stressed, just going to have that focus, but we'll have Lone Wolf, so you'll see 2 dice with the reroll. So Zam is going to try and live to bomb Jess next turn, but we'll see what happens. Looks like Rose did bump, so that's okay. So Zam wants to clear the distance a little bit. Can't be initiative killed by Lulo, but she could trade. Here comes Poe at 2 hard lands. Poe could initiative kill Zam though, and Carson might be licking his chops here, thinking, okay, I want to take this one off the board. And there goes the focus and target. Oh, he's moving a bunch of stress tokens. Sorry. Marcel, are you getting an echo? I don't know. I can't say to that. Dan, do you know anything about that?
I don't. All the settings look good here.
Okay. Well, sorry, Marcel. Try and refresh your browser or something, but hopefully it sorts itself out 3 minutes from now when I see your next chime in. Oh, okay, Kansas. Yeah, Kansas, kind of a world traveler and for various reasons, and has worked with a lot of Australians, and their cavalier attitude is on par with the U.S. I'd buy that. All right, so Poe Dameron taking the... He's got that. Okay, so just... Is he going to spend that focus? He missed on the target lock. It's a range 2 shot. Yep, he's going to spend the focus, try and get Zam off the board now. You'll probably see a Dooku gets the Dooku evade. There it is. We'll see what the card is. It's not a direct, so it's going to live to shoot. It's a console fire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe maybe Carson will just let that one sort itself out, but my guess is he'll still take that shot with Lulo when the time comes. Here comes Django. See who he chooses as a target.
Yeah, I didn't see. Did you see who he chose? Is he going
I
at
didn't
Rose?
I didn't see a ping. I would assume Rose, because hit crit's going to put some damage through. We'll see if Rose re-rolls, because she's got multiple.
Oh,
No, that was on to Poe. So 2 more shields gone on Poe. So shields down on Poe.
correct. Yep.
Probably more points beneficial, because if it's Django versus the rest, yeah, that's a good setup for Django. Here comes the range 2 hero. Nope, he's got Lone Wolf. Is considering the Lone Wolf because he does have the focus, but that's a pretty rough roll. Yep, flipped the token. So here comes a Lone Wolf from Lulu.
I like it. Ooh.
Oh, double 3 blanks in a row. Let's see if the console fire can clean up Zam. It does not.
Nope.
So Zam will live one more turn, unless Jess pops her. But Zam, here comes the Zam shot. All right, so he's got 2 hits.
Couple of blanks.
Comes the rerolls.
Oh.
More blanks. Yikes. Carson's dice just failing on him this turn. So that's going to be 2 cards into Poe, and that's a lot of points.
It does make the score a lot closer in this moment, 51 to 48. Carson's still ahead. Oh, Nabi's in the chat looking for that confirmation that it's really you, the smooth ASMR voice. Of course it is. Oh boy.
Bob, 3 hits. That's going to do it on to Sam.
Rip.
And they're all face up. And there's the crit. There's the direct hit. A little bit too late. Loose stabilizer. But that keeps all those thermal detonators from banging into Poe and just Pablo next turn. So if you leak into another direct hit, my goodness. How many cards do you think you can fit on that thing?
Well, that changes the score again. It was 3-point game for a few seconds. Now 101 to 48. 7 health left on Django against everybody. Lulo's at least flying away from you. Rose as well. And you got Poe on 2 hull that you are moving after. And you have a stressed Jess. So Django, possible to have a little rally this round, it would seem.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the season navigator. Like, maybe you dial in a 3 bank, see what happens. It'd end up being red, whatever you end up doing, but you know, you've got Rose and Jess and Poe all moving before you that could block up some options, but we'll see. So, all right, while they're still thinking about it, because there's still a few dials to be set. Give me some math, Dan. We've got. Give me the update on the points currently.
Yeah. So points again right now 101 to 48. So it's a 53-point lead for Carson. When we take a look at the resistance, right? The rest of Rose, right? That would be 15. That gets him. And then if you look at the rest of Poe, right? So those ships that are damaged, that would be another 32. So altogether 15 plus 32, 47. Does not get you all the way there. So you kill both those ships, you still are going to need half of one of the others as well. And that's of course without losing half of Django, and this is Django without a hull upgrade. So it's an uphill climb.
Uphill climb with 27 minutes left. Now, you know, with those bombs, those things can really do a lot of damage as I ended up, I didn't need the lesson, but I definitely learned the hard way the other day when I was flying against basically the meta Django Zam, and we were just having fun, and I went pretty hard in on just chasing his fire sprays and took a lot of bomb damage, but I rolled way more eyeballs than I really should have, so I was just strained all the time. But yeah, so Django, he's moving last. He's got plenty of options, but Craig really needs to get the ball rolling with the tempo of this game if he wants a chance. And he's going to have to play kind of cagey because, like you said, if he gets halved, that's I don't know how Craig comes back from getting halved with Django. So that's two hit points away.
What was your level of surprise at no thermals from Zam last round? I mean, they could have done a lot. I suppose felt like he'd be just bombing himself as well, but you were probably going to lose that ship. Hindsight's 2020, I guess. But what do you think about no thermals from Zam last round?
Yeah, it could be a missed opportunity, or it could have been Carson. Maybe Craig was really concerned about getting blocked again. I mean, Carson did have some ships in the way. The Jess was kind of bold, and Poe had the option to barrel roll away from any bombs. So, but yeah, they definitely could have plinked, one or two more hit points onto Rose, and that could have done it. But yeah, maybe the fear of even one bomb going off onto Zam could have been a direct hit. So probably was being a little bit more cautious. You really wanted to be able to shoot that round, which ended up happening, and did some damage onto Poe. I mean, that was a great round for Craig in the sense that took 4 damage onto Poe.
Yeah.
But losing Zam, that's a tough break for Craig right now. But let's see. Hey, Marcel, using your whiff icon, by the way. Love to see it.
For sure. And I'm going to do something else here, while we're talking about the stream toys, to try to help Django add a little drama in this game. Let's get the stream sticker air horn going. We're going to see if that fires up Django. You can get your own stream sticker on, including the custom American Eagle or Australian Kangaroo for the bargain price of 100 bits. Those custom stickers are there. Question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to. The question in the chat. Oh, and Marcel's already answered it, right? About the 4K from Django. I like thinking about an option with Season Navigator here. And
did a 2 speed maneuver and is going to change it to a 2 bank, which will be able to lay some damage in on either Jess or Poe. Jess is juicy, but she's full health and she's got 1 reroll. You might just go after Poe here. What did Poe do? Poe did a blue maneuver, so no Django ability. But Django's not getting shot this turn, and that's what Craig needs right now.
Oh. Spends the lock. There you go.
Gets 3 hits. All right, so that is a dead Poe Dameron. Big swing for Craig's favor, getting that Poe off the board with 23 minutes left in the game. But let me tell you, T70s, especially Jess Pava, pretty defense heavy. And like we said, they really just kind of need to get that Django down to half points. But
I think it was all the hype horn.
I think so. Yes. And I am going to incentivize our chat a little bit. don't have a lot of money, but I am willing to match up to $10 worth of bits by donating $10 to a charity if people start throwing those 100 bits USA or Aussie things. So I've got a couple charities that I occasionally donate to that I have in mind. And but if anybody who slaps one of those USA or Aussie stickers down, if you want to direct message me on Twitch or Facebook or Discord or whatever and tell me a charity of your choice, I'll put some money their way. So let's see those. I really want to hear that Australian one. Come on, Australia.
Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Nope. Nabi, I see you in the chat, man. I know you and I worked out a deal with a charity down there for children with deaf children and hearing issues. So I'd love to donate to them again. So let's do it. There is the 4K from Jess. That's a bold move considering the thermal detonators. Get that 2 range thermal. Well, you're probably safe, even if the 2. Here comes Lulo, turn around. Rose, turn around. Everybody's turning around. Lulo's coming back into the fight.
Baggins, thanks for that foul.
Oh, he's turning into the fight. Okay. Gets a lock onto Jess. Won't have a shot at Jess this turn. And we'll be taking a shot from Jess if that works out. Yep. Yeah. There it is. No rerolls from Jess.
Trusting in the heart of the
dice.
dice.
Have a target lock. Jess might use her target lock here. Or he might save it for next turn. Nope, he's going to use it.
Oh boy.
Gets the crit. Hit crit onto Django. And that's going to be a hit crit going into Django. Crit is damaged engine. Oh my goodness. That's not what you want to see on Season Navigator.
No, I'm surprised he didn't boost. I mean, when he measured the range to take his own lock, the odds were so, from that angle, it just seemed like that you knew Jess was going to have that shot back. But trusted in those unmodded, but unmodded, but no, they weren't unmodded because he had the target lock, right? So I don't know. Might have, if you boost, then you're taking the shots though from Rose and Lulo. So
yeah, and Lulo
taking one shot
was not stressed, so that was only 2 dice, and Rose doesn't have the calculates, would only have gotten the 1 reroll. But so this is a chance for Craig here to finish Rose before she gets to shoot, but you do only have 5 hit points left, and you've got 2 heavy hitters coming in, Lulo and Jess. Wookie Barber, what's the record between Australia and USA in this round? It is 2-0 USA as of about a half hour ago. Our captain Marcel Manzano won his game, and also threw 100 bits in there. Have we heard it yet?
Well, he cheered the bits. He just did he didn't do the sticker. He just did a cheer. I think you still got to match it, but we don't hear it. Yeah, we got to match it still, but he didn't do
maybe
the
he
sticker.
Misunderstood what I was saying. Why don't maybe you give the USA one out there for Marcel. Maybe I was not clear on how those stickers work.
I'm unable. I can't do it because I can't give bits to my own stream. So.
Oh goodness. Okay.
I could do the hype horn, plenty, but. And when I say I can't donate to my own stream, that's a literal, Twitch restriction. I'd be happy to give Jeff Bezos the money if I could do it, but I cannot. But yeah, hover over on the right side of your browser window to see your choices. We got that high porn free, and here's another free one we got going tonight. And I bring that one up. I made that one free tonight because there is, of course, a lot of competition in the sheep market between Australia and America. And there it is. All right, my own co-host getting it up there. Beautiful.
I figured it out. That's the first time I've ever done bits on Twitch. Thank you, Marcel, and I will also donate $1 on your behalf to a charity. If you want to send me a message, please do so.
Shots, meanwhile.
One hit in one eye. It's going to spend that focus. Might as well.
Oh, there's some
Gets to
natties.
evade.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Natties.
That Django needed that.
Marcel walked away for a minute. Well, welcome back. 2 hits, 1 evade, 1 more card. And here comes Jess Pava. 2 hits. Has that focus for 3. 2 more cards going into Django.
Oh boy.
So we got 2 hull left on Django. 2 hull left on Rose. Full Lulo. Full Jess Pava. That is a very steep mountain for our simple man.
Yes. I think that round, I mean, those last 2 rounds maybe have made it just about untenable. That turn in, I mean, I really thought he would stick with the turn away there, only because it would give him the option of threatening the thermals, right? Now, I know he's losing, but if they would have tried to chase, you could have had some control with the thermals. There it is again.
That one's for Marcel. Now he's back. I see him in the chat.
Well, I'm gratified. I'm gratified to see it. I spent time putting that together.
We got to get one of the Aussies to throw one down because the sound effect on that one. Mwah. So good. And Kansas, I will check on the website that you linked and make a donation when we're all done here. Thank you for doing that.
So 13 minutes left. I mean, at this point, 68-point gap. You know, if you get that all of Jess and half of Rose, that's 69 points.
Nice. Could happen. Kind of doubtful, but we'll see. I'm excited to see what Craig does here. This is our first thermal detonator of the game. Might plink a damage onto Jess or Lulo if Lulo decides to zoom on past.
Yeah, I think that one's got Lulo's name on it. Kansas, thanks for the lucky sticker.
Yes, that reminds me. After chatting with Carson, I tried to convince Carson that maybe he's the best X-Wing player of Radio TCX. Maybe. I'm not saying that's a definitive, but maybe. And he agreed that he was possibly the luckiest member of Radio TCX. So if you want to learn from some of the best, Radio TCX is your concise half-hour X-Wing podcast every week, based out of Minnesota and now also Colorado.
Oh, there's another one. All right. Thank you again. Looks like that bomb did not hit anything.
Bomb didn't hit anybody. Yep.
Yeah.
Carson saw that bomb coming a mile away. Of course, here comes Django getting that rear arc shot. Might try and
Gotta
finish
try
off Rose,
gotta
or
finish
try and actually maybe get a few more points and get half on Lulo, but does not have any mods to that, so it's just going to be one crit. And Carson got nothing. Let's see. Rose
there's the
reroll.
evade.
It's the evade. Okay.
30-point ship, and that's with the upgrade. with C-3PO.
Yeah, it's a great piece. If you haven't tried Rose yet, you really should. Hit crit from Lulo,
Oh boy, this could do it.
and that's a double blank.
Oh,
What did we say about the luckiest member of Radio TCX? I think that's gonna do it.
it does.
GG's in our TTS chat, and from me anyways.
Yep, chat's gonna catch up with us in about 90 seconds to see it. I'll see if
Yep.
I can be fast enough. If I can go in, I don't know if I can do it while the stream is running. If I can lower the price in real time. Other one.
Ooh, yes.
On this thing, I'm not sure I can. We'll see. Just to have a little fun here in our post game.
While Dan's doing that, I just want to first off thanks so much to Dan for hosting, for Rookie One for hosting our game tonight, and allowing me to come back on. Shut up. Ooh, okay. A hype train. Ourselves subscribe. Thank you so much. But I also want to give a huge thank you so much to Craig from the Team Australia. Thank you so much, Craig, who came in as a sub. That's some big shoes to fill. Did an excellent job dancing around a little bit, and I'm glad we got to see the Season Navigator. Nice job, and just punished Carson's Poe. That was great to see, and an exceptional thank you to Carson for flying in this streamed game as well. Congratulations to Carson on the victory. Just very, very well flown, and of course, but nobody's surprised there. He's a phenomenal player, and I'm always excited to see him fly. And on the rare occasion I do get to play a game with him, either in person back when he lived here, or on TTS, I'm always excited to see how he's going to fly circles around me. So congratulations to Carson. Great job, Craig. And thank you again so much, Dan. Thank you, everybody who is still in the chat, for watching this stream tonight. This week is our last group stage for XTC, and make sure that you clear your weekend at the end of August for the finals, which is a round robin of all the top teams, the top two teams from each group. That'll be a Saturday and Sunday at the end of August. You can go to thextc.space to get all the info about that. And I'm sure Radio TCX will be talking about it this week. And I'm sure that Captain Marcel Manzano of Gold Squadron Podcast will be chatting about Team USA's currently 3-0 with this game result against Team Australia. And you can also check out a lot of Australian matches on the Fearless Gundarks Twitch stream. So open another browser window and go to Twitch and search for Fearless Gundarks, as they frequently stream Australia Saturday mornings, USA Friday nights. That's always a good time. And they've been doing a lot of XTC coverage as well. And they've got 4 more games with Team USA this week. That will be very exciting, because maybe Team Australia comes in with the reverse sweep. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but they certainly could pull it off. So
anything's possible, right? But this was a great night for Team USA across Nickel City and this channel. Let me play that sweet didgeridoo one more time. Watch that. And let people know too that are still here. This does reach the end of the group stage for the XTC, so of course that's the end for this channel as well. We got our 1 game in the end, but it goes on for a while. I know the more you hear it, the more the length just really appeals. Did want to mention though, come back, because closer to my home as a producer with Hexiled Gaming, of course we've started the Kyber Cosmic League. Many of the folks in the chat tonight, of course, are playing in that league, and we've got we doubled the size of the league from last summer. The Cosmic League is the pod-based format where you round robin for 3 weeks in a group of 4, look at and reset into brand new groups of 4 based on the win-loss records from the previous 3 weeks, and go again. We may find a top pod with all 6-0 records at the end, going ultimately for a beautiful set of templates from the Kaga 2, and that'll be going on. This is just the first week, so there's another 8 weeks of Cosmic League that are still left. We've got a lot of great Mountain and Pacific pods where we will have some late night play from the Cosmic League on this channel, which will be having more active again as youth baseball season comes to a close here in Minnesota. So look forward to bringing you that. We're really happy to be able to get this game on too tonight. Happy, Andy, that you were able to join us. Thanks again for the raid. Thanks, Marcel, for the sub. Thank you for everyone who had fun with the stickers and enjoyed our commentary, including our a little bit around Twitch, TTS commands, and the history of United States Australia relations, and those top 5 most popular countries. I'm gonna hit it even just one more time before we get off the air. This just sounds that good. All right. Is that your didgeridoo sound?
I don't own a didgeridoo. I wish I did, but that's one of the. I'm terrible at instruments you have to blow into, so I have like very low lung capacity, I think. So probably would suck at it.
Well, 10-4, I think, yeah. And
Can't be good at everything. Can't be good at everything, though.
I'm not sure if that's a blow or a suck and blow, or I'd have to. It could be both, right? I mean, some of those wind instruments, you got to be able to do a little of both. So, anyhow,
I believe it is a very circular breathing, heavy focused instrument.
I would have to assume that is too, right? I get those drones going for as long as they do. In any case, we'll be back to talk more music, more X-Wing on a different night. Zam ultimately just got focused down too much in this one. The reinforced saved her the first time, but the second round not so much, and then it was too much for Django to overcome. After that, great flying by Carson to set up the kill boxes. USA looks like they're going to be headed on into that cut.
Yeah, I was listening to Ollie and the 186 stream, and I was listening to Gold Squadron podcast earlier this week, and they both agreed there's no way the USA doesn't make it into the finals. Even if Australia had completely swept the USA, the USA was still going to make it into the finals. So this one's for pride right now. So
That's for sure. Oh, and look at that. They've upgraded the stream stickers. I could have done that all along. I could have done. Well, that's a good upgrade. 0 bits for the streamer now. So you can demonstrate it yourself. That's much better.
There you go. There you go.
How many more kangaroos could we have gotten if I would have only known? If I would have only known.
Oh, that turn when they just punched Poe right in the face. That would have been a great turn for
Exactly. Look at that. It's just, what a beautiful thing. This is what people are going to expect every time now, though, right? So, custom made for the.
I'm gonna demand a unique one every time. Yeah.
What would you have as your custom? As we're just in total garbage time now, everybody go to bed. Well, Andy and I just now kibitz, but
well, if people want more obnoxious sounds, they can go to YouTube and search for Glitterstim ASMR.
There we go. Yeah, get that plug in there.
I don't listen to it myself. I just whisper into a microphone like a maniac, or do some other outrageous sounds. But we have had Nabi on as a guest, and we even had the Radio TCX guys jump in on our XTC thing. But maybe I'll scrape together a didgeridoo. That would be a good ASMR sound, I think. But let's see. Custom sticker / sound. I think because of your love for baseball, Dan, that maybe you could make a whiff sticker and have some sort of sound associated with that. Or if you get all natties, you hear that crack of the bat, the ball hitting the bat or something like that. Just like a home run where you one-shot something, right?
Yeah. Now, see that wasn't exactly an answer to my question, because I feel like I was asking a little more for yourself specifically, but yeah, that's not a bad idea. I wonder if I would get DMCA strike if I put in Charlie Brown saying "good grief" over the whiff emote.
Just don't have the music, right? Just don't have the Vince Guaraldi music, and you'll probably be fine.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Or we'll just get someone to do I could have one of my kids. The Charlie Brown voices are always just kids, right? I just have my kid do it.
Yeah, there you go.
I just need you to
and
say.
You and I can just wah 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 wah, right?
Yeah, that's right. We don't have trombone shorty, but we can fake it.
Oh, that's time, by the way.
Hey, time in the round. Brilliant. Well, Andy, thank you one more time. I think we've fully exhausted the garbage ton portion of the stream now. Let's come back and do it again for the Cosmic League. People are having to wake up to the fact again that we brought the channel back after a couple months of being
a brief hiatus.
Sure. A brief hiatus, right? Yeah. I mean, but youth baseball season is serious around here. So what can I say? We don't get to play in the winter, so we take it very seriously in the summer. But I'm going to shut this thing down. I'm going to say goodnight to you. Have a great rest of the day if you're still here over in Australia. Sorry it didn't work out for your team tonight. I think Craig definitely had a few spicy plays. Carson was too much tonight. Carson's dice were too much tonight. The luckiest player and a good flyer as well. And when you put the two together, tough to beat. So let's call it there.
That's 7-0 or 6-0 for Carson in XTC though, so it can't all be luck. It's got to have some skill there. So
I think so.
And just a friendly reminder, if people actually want to hear this end bit, we're gonna just let the thing run for another 90 seconds or whatever, because it still says 28 viewers. I don't know why people are still listening to us, but
that is a real mystery. Anyone would still be listening at this point. That is a big mystery. But yes,
they just left it on. They're making tea or
that's it. They've either gone to bed or they're making tea, and they're gonna have their tea and Vegemite bagel, Tom Hanks style.
Oh, Dan, have you had Vegemite yet? I got to try some back at the 2019 Worlds.
Never had it, and Tom Hanks isn't gonna convince me. Neither is who are they? Men at Work. Neither the Men at Work or Tom Hanks gonna make it happen. But for those of you who are,